All right, so my camera just cut out, but we are back. But what I was saying is that Jesus knew who he was, and he still decided to lower himself to wash the feet of the disciples. What a beautiful thing, and what a beautiful example that we can take from that. Because he decides he's going to serve them as best he can. But here's the thing, a lot of the times also, we're going to get tired. We're not going to have all the energy to be able to serve as best we can. So think about it too, Jesus also needed to take time to rest. He was secure in who he was, and that allowed him to not be insecure about getting down and serving others, because he already knew that he was destined. He already knew that he was of God. He was already complete. And you also can understand that. Look at this beautiful rain that we got right now. But you also can understand that you're already complete. And when you're not trying to posture, put yourself above everybody else, try to look better than everybody because it's coming from a place of insecurity, you can get down and start to lift other people up because you're already secure in yourself. So the kind of like phrases that I've created for this is, for one, the lowliness of mind basically means being humble, humbling yourself before the Lord. For the person that is humbles himself before the Lord will be exalted by the Lord. There's a scripture that says that. So firstly, I have 4 little phrases here to remind myself and lock this in. Firstly, for you are humble and you have no reputation because you are already complete. That's kind of the first one. You can kind of take what you want from there. The second one is going to be, you don't need the spotlight. That's a beautiful thing. You don't need the spotlight. You can give it to other people. I'm not saying you're always going to give it to other people. My cat's scared. But saying that you don't need to have the spotlight on you. You don't need to be the person that's always talking. You don't need to be the person that other people are like clamoring up, saying that they're so amazing, anything like that. You can give the spotlight to other people. And then thirdly, you're going to serve as best as you can today. What that basically is saying, it's raining kind of hard out here now. What that basically is saying is that we may not have the most energy. Even Jesus needed to go take time to rest, to relax, and to recuperate. He went to take time to pray. And even sometimes when he was leaving a town, all the people in that town were looking for him. And they would tell him, Jesus, they're looking for you, but I have to go on to the next town, is what he would say. So that ties in with the fourth one, which is basically, you're still going to focus on your mission. Just because you're trying to serve people and give your best to people doesn't mean that you always need to hang out with them all the time. Doesn't mean that you always need to sit there with them and talk to them all the time. Doesn't mean that you always need to give until you have absolutely nothing and continue to give. You have to continue to move on your mission, knowing that you're serving people as best as you can today while moving faithfully on your mission still. That's basically the mind that was in Jesus. So firstly, you are humbled before the Lord. You have no reputation because you're already complete. Secondly, you don't need the spotlight. Thirdly, you're here to serve as best you can today. And fourth, while you're still faithful to your mission. I think this is beautiful. I've been saying it to myself, no reputation, no spotlight, serving as best I can. And that's all I really need to say, those 3 for me right now. So whatever it is that you could take from there, just remember that Jesus is a perfect example. And I've really realized how much it actually takes that anxiety off of you of trying to be this or that, or trying to make yourself, I don't know, just make yourself seem a certain way. Because, I mean, like all the time, if you guys have dove into it and psychology and stuff like that, they say that the best way to release the anxiety when you're going out socially or anything like that is to put the focus on other people instead of the focus on yourself. And when you're focusing on serving people as best as you can today, you can just put it onto them and know, I'm going to give as best I can today. And just know that it's not always going to be 100% amazing, that you're going to be always able to do everything, go out of your way 100% completely for them. But it's saying that serving them as best you can today means doing it with what you have right now, what you know how to serve. And that can be even, Joel Osteen also talks about it. He said that every time he does a sermon, at the end of it, he feels a lot more filled up and he feels a lot better. He feels even better than he did before because he's serving people by giving us the sermon and by giving us that scripture, and then, you know, helping our lives and speaking that into our lives. So it's about focusing on other people. And there's many ways to do that, but just find it for you and know that you can put the spotlight on other people. But also, it doesn't mean that you have to completely just shut up and say nothing. You can also know, just like you can talk, you can do whatever, but just not needing the spotlight to be on you allows it to be from an egoless place that allows it to be more pure and fun and allows you to connect with people better. Love you guys very much, man. I'll talk to you on the next video. Peace.